You know what it is, guys. Let's jump right into it. It's NoDrog83 coming in with the first question about Sound Deadener. He wants to know where he can buy some Dynamat, or if there's any other alternatives. First off, Dynamat's really expensive. It's really great stuff. Works great, especially around the corners. It sticks. Man's awesome. But I want to tell you about an alternative. I don't know if any of you guys know about this, but go ahead and look up r-blox. It's spelled R-blox. They sell it on eBay for about $89.99 per 100 square feet. So comparing that to Dynamat, that's like a mountain and a molehill there, saving a lot of money. The second alternative I'd like to tell you that's kind of like Dynamat and second skin is Fat Mat. Even though they have some horror stories with the smell and how it kind of maybe sometimes will peel off when it gets real hot, I never personally experienced that, but I've heard some stuff on the forum. So, in order of business, it's probably second skin top quality, Dynamat after that, and then if you can't afford those two, or that whatever that bread stuff, it's r-blox or Fat Mat. Those are two great alternatives, very cheap, and it works. Next up is Pyle Car 358. Great question here about capacitors. Oh boy, capacitors. Where do we begin? Well, what are they and what do they do? That's what he asked me. Well, for starters, they look really cool, and for enders, they don't do shit. They really don't. They do cause nothing but harm on your system. And if you don't have a high output alternator, it's even worse. I mean, it's like having a wart on you. I mean, it just drains and drains and drains, and at those instantaneous, flurbious moments, they'll shoot out all their power, and then start it all over again. Drain and drain and drain and drain. So if you're looking for an SPL setup, something that you're not really looking for best in show or demo shit like that, don't bother getting a capacitor. It will not help you, and I will guarantee that you'll still notice voltage drop and headlights dimming and stuff like that. So if you're gonna look for something that's gonna cure voltage drop, alternator, battery, and then if you want to look cool, go ahead and add a capacitor, because it's not gonna matter at that point. But don't make it a priority to get a capacitor. No. We got Senior Switchblade. He wants to know the rudiments of making a box. What does he need and where does he go? Well, I got good news for you. I want you to start your car right now and go down to Lowe's. They're having a $24.99 special on 3/4 inch MDF. That's all you're going to need. Maybe a sheet and a half to 2 sheets, depending on how long you want to go across your cab. You told me it was going in a truck. That's all you need. It can take 10s, 12s, and even certain weights of 15s if you wanted it to. So stick to 1 layer of 3/4 inch MDF. Maybe get some liquid nails or some tight bond. And if you're not going to use a brad gun with a compressor, I'd recommend getting some wood screws, 1 1/4 inch wood screws. Make sure you pre-drill your holes, so that way when you drill, it's not going to split and make it look like cardboard. A lot of people have trouble with that and wonder how the hell people make boxes, because every time they screw it, it seems that it's splitting up. Just pre-drill your holes and that will totally prevent it. And then lastly, after it's all up and made with the glue and the seams, go ahead and put some silicone. While you're at Lowe's, pick some of that up. And if you don't have a caulking gun, pick that up too. I think it's like $4.99. If you don't have a brad nailer, get the 1 1/4 inch wood screws, tight bond or wood nails, silicone, 1 1/2 sheets to 2 sheets of MDF. And lastly, if you want to make it look good, maybe a little bit of bed liner. Spray that guy down, or some carpet or something like that. Next up, we got Dirt Drag. Pretty cool screen name there. And he's asking, is Pyle audio any good? Ah, man. Well, on the grand scheme of things, no, they're not especially good, but I like to believe that it's up to the installer and the install to make a product good or bad. Because you could have a $1,000 amplifier hooked up in this really nice looking car that sounds like shit, and then you could have this Pyle PB1000 in this shitty ass car with just the right box and everything just the right way, and have it sound louder and better than the other thing. So, as far as Pyle audio goes, on the whole, no, they're not such a great company if you were to take out and look at the guts. But it's really up to you to make that product slam. It's all up to you. You can do it if you wanted to do it.